welcome back to Arts Talk. Today I am here with the fabulous Landon Harvey, who you might know from TikTok. He does a lot of ventriloquism and whatnot. So, hello.
Hi, how's it going? Happy to be on here.
How are you?
I'm doing phenomenal. It's been a great week in quarantine and working on a bunch of different content and stuff for my audience. So it's been fun.
So, do you just want to start out telling everybody who you are and what it is that you do?
Yeah, sure. You already did that, but that's fine. My name is Landon Harvey. I am a creative of life. I'm a ventriloquist. I'm a puppet builder. I do the voices. I write the comedy. I have a one-man show, basically. And I do content for Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, Twitter, all that. Make people laugh.
That's awesome. So, we'll just jump right into the main questions. So, what age did you start ventriloquism?
Started ventriloquism when I was 6 years old.
Oh my gosh. Um, this one is a little bit of a more serious topic, but obviously with the pandemic and everything, how do you feel the virus has affected you and your work?
Obviously, I'm not doing a lot of shows. I did a few shows a couple of months ago, with COVID safe regulations. But, basically, this has just been time, allowed for time to hunker down on all the social media aspects. I've been making a lot of content, been, focusing more on Instagram, doing some different mini series. I started a thing called, what is it? It's called the views news. We've got I've got a texting platform now. We've got a lot of different ways that I can connect with my audience and keep them laughing and keep them as a comedian. My goal is to pretend like the pandemic does not exist and to keep going with my comedy. So even though I can't do shows, I find ways where here in my studio I can make fun videos that people can laugh at and enjoy and provide some escapism.
Who's been your favorite character to create or perform with?
That's an interesting question. It's weird because my favorite character is never the audience's favorite, which is kind of funny. But my favorite is Jackie because he's barely a little over a year old, I believe, and that character has started from the voice and gone from voice. Okay, he's a jackalope, and then kind of gone from there. And really taken off. And we've got a children's book we're going to release with him soon too. So that's a lot of fun, exciting stuff um, with him. And he's I tested him out on TikTok, and TikTok's been great because I've been able to introduce new characters and see how my audiences respond to them, as well as new jokes. So
What's the most interesting heckle you've ever had at a performance?
I don't know, something like "you suck," but or "you're no good at this," or "you should just give up now." But since that, I don't take my grandma to my shows anymore. It's a quick lesson, but it's fine. No, I really don't get I don't get a lot of heckles. I don't get a lot of shows either, so I guess there's something related there. No, it I don't get a lot of heckles because I think that people only heckle you if you're like doing like a comedy club and you suck as a ventriloquist. If you're entertaining and you're engaging and you're funny, people have no reason to heckle. People think that heckling is helping sometimes, and there's that. But I've never had like any horror stories of heckling. So
Which was the most challenging character you've done? Like, was there one that was difficult to create a character for or to build?
sure, sure. I have this new character I introduced called Hankenstein, and he's basically my version of Frankenstein. And he's the biggest puppet I've created, and he's got some special features. He's got a moving unibrow mechanism that I control inside of his head. So there's a lot of that goes into the puppeteering and the building aspect of that. And then he has a lid on his head that opens up um, for a special effect at the end of the routine. And figuring out how I could make that open up has been a real challenge. But it's been a lot of fun, and quarantine's allowed me the time to spend in the workshop, whittling away with my ideas.
And our last question before we do a little game is any
Sure.
tips for anyone trying to get into this like kind of profession, because obviously it's challenging and it takes a while.
Yeah, of course. My biggest advice is to just go for it. A lot of today's youth are inspired by ventriloquists on America's Got Talent, and they see them and they're like, "Oh, well, I'm going to get a puppet and then audition for AGT." And that is exactly what you shouldn't do. you should get a puppet and see if you're invested in the art enough to do shows around town, and then go from there. I think people think that it's a lot easier than it actually is, and then when they don't get the result that that they've seen other people get that have had these years of practice and shows behind under their belt, they get disappointed. So the main thing is, if you love it, stick with it. Practice, start in the mirror. There's videos on YouTube. I've got some stuff out there. Whether you want to do puppet building or learn how to do ventriloquism or both, I've got some stuff that we'll be releasing soon on that as well. So yeah, just stick with it. If you have a passion for it, study up on it. Study up on the past ventriloquists so you understand where it was and where you can go with it. That's a big thing I'm into, figuring out kind of what my style is as a performer. So yeah, just go for it.
Awesome. So now I'll play a little game. So we have discussed this, but just for obviously everyone watching. So Landon obviously does a bunch of different characters. So we have 5 written down. We're gonna give him the topic of meeting Darcy Lynn, what it was like, how, what she's like, everything. And as he's singing, I'm gonna call out some random characters that he's done, and he has to try to switch his voice to that character as soon as possible. And I might say some characters more than once, but we're just gonna see
This will
how
be
it goes.
fun. All right.
So, just if you want to start talking about how you met her, what it was like, and in your regular voice, and then I'll just start calling out some characters.
Yeah, so a few years ago, I was called to audition for Little Big Shots, and it turned out that I was a year older than what their age requirement
Hang.
was. And I was too old to do the show. There was a lot of difficult issues there. So they ended up having Darcy Lynn on the show. She was phenomenal. She did some
Jackie.
yodeling, and the yodeling is always fun. And from there, we went on, and she went on Little
Jackie.
Big Shots, huh?
Jackie.
And from Little Big Shots, I ended up meeting her at the annual Van Haven Ventriloquist Convention. Ain't that right, Kip? And, the annual ventriloquist convention's neat because you get to mingle with stars and not stars and people that do it for a living and not that they do it for a living. So
Mervin.
it's been really neat. What?
Mervin.
I go from Jackie to Mervin. Mervin's down here. Hey, and you know what? Dabney Lynn, I don't know, something like that. And Priscilla. It's Priscilla, Dabney Lynn, and Priscilla. Uh, we auditioned for America's Got Talent a while ago. I don't know. I wasn't there. And
Bill.
well, I was in the room performing with getting ready for the puppet, and then I heard Landon, and I turned around, and Darcy ran up to me, and it was Darcy at the AGT auditions, and that's when I knew I didn't have a chance. And that's the year that she got on America's Got Talent, and I kept doing shows around town. So it's been great, but luckily, everything leads to better things, and I was later on created, Bill the Zombie. So
Biscuit.
great. And where's the biscuit? I don't know. I still don't know where the biscuit is. Uh, I've been, I'm sorry, what were we talking about? You said biscuit, and
Jackie.
I got excited. Well, and then, wow, he's really looking for his biscuit. But that's basically the story. Then we've seen Darcy and her career take off, and she's been touring all over the place. Steph even wanted to go see her, but he didn't tag me. He took his girlfriend. I didn't even know my imaginary friend could have an imaginary girlfriend, but I guess you can. I don't know. Anyway, long story short, that's kind of it.
That was so good.
Thank you.
Also, Scott just wrote in the chat. He just wrote, "This is the first time I've ever seen him do the voices and move his mouth."
It is weird, isn't it? It's weird because I don't do it. Even when I'm not doing TikToks, I don't do it outside of it because I have to train my brain for it to normally be.
I feel like during the
You know.
pandemic, wearing masks in those shows can be helpful. Nobody can see your mouth anyway. Just
Yes,
put on a
yes, I
mask.
love
Good.
that. I love that. Everyone's a ventriloquist in COVID. You just you get a sock and a mask and you're set. So it's fun.
Great. Well, thank you so much for doing this. This was a lot of fun.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
Of course, and thank you guys for watching, and just join us next time on Arts Talk. Bye.
Cool. All right. Bye, guys.